United States military. No, better yet, the United States Navy, the 1%, the world's greatest Navy. The question I hear most often from, well, the 99% is, what is life like in the Navy? So I caved in. There's a demand for information and I'm here to meet those demands. To you, the 99%. I aim to answer your questions about the real life Navy, truthfully, in the best of my ability.
And now my whole team split up. I'm like, damn, man, what the fuck? These young bucks making them bucks. We had the whole city with us. It's like Party City with us.
Hey, what's poppin' YouTube? 9/11 the Baby Goat. Welcome to the Goat Forum. I got something for you. And that's another episode of the DDT-14 Military Podcast. The one that I ain't did since February, Black History Month. It's been a long ass time. But anyway, hey, Jamel, if you can hear me, make sure you cam up on the, all right, I see you. How you doing? Let me go ahead and put my guests on the screen today. How y'all doing? Just two guests today. Just two guests. I want to keep the audio nice and concise. Let me go ahead. Let me stop talking. I'm doing a lot of goddamn talking. Starting with you, Jamal. Am I saying your name right, by the way? Jamal?
Jamil.
Jamil. Hey, man. Black people, bro. We got to start names. I'll just fuck with you. Jamil, would you go ahead and tell the people, what's your name, what's your age, what's your hometown, and, hey, why'd you join the military?
All right, y'all. My name is Jamil Armstrong. I am 19 years old, born and raised in San Diego, California, and I joined the Navy for travel. Yeah.
You from San Diego?
Yeah, I'm from San Diego.
Well, you high as hell. I would have. No,
I would have stayed. I would have stayed.
And also, Brianna, to you. By the way, for a lot of people that don't know, she was one of the very first people on the DDT-14 when I very first started. Before I even got monetized, before I started this shit. So, big shout out to you. But can you give people your name, your hometown, and why you joined the military?
Yeah, of course. So yeah, my name is Brianna. I am 24 years old. I'm from Houston, Texas, and I joined the military to kind of just build a foundation to, kind of get my future jump started. I wanted, like he said, travel, just all that good, sweet stuff, steady paycheck, just set. I just wanted to be set. That's what I had my mind on when I joined. So I felt like that was.
And you know what's interesting about the both of you? Both of you are military content creators.
Yes.
I don't know.
Ain't that crazy?
And
I like that.
The reason that I wanted to get you two on here specifically is because you're kind of on opposite ends of the spectrum. So I feel like you can give more of a perspective. If I'm gonna say it right one more time. Jamel.
Yeah.
Jamel. If I remember correctly, you're currently in A school, correct?
Yes. Well, I'm in C school now.
C school now. Oh, nice. I wasn't smart enough to go there. But Brianna, you just finished your first deployment.
Oh, I sure did. I got through it. Yes, I did.
So I wanted to bring you two on here. You're basically polar opposites. You can kind of give a perspective of what is for the people that's, they want to join the military, but they're kind of anxious. And they want to know what's it like when they first get in, but they also want to know what's it like when they're kind of seasoned. And, for us seasoned people, we can tell you what it was like back in our day. But then, we got somebody that can tell you what it's like right now. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Exactly.
So I wanted both of y'all's perspectives on that. Now, just in case you're unfamiliar with it, how the show is going to go, I'm going to ask you some questions. Some are going to be a little more challenging than others. But at the end of the day, it's for not only entertainment, but so people can get a good representation of what the military is like. And for those that's watching, if you want to call in, don't ask me shit. If you want to call in and ask either of my two guests any questions about the military, you can do so. I will be dropping the link to that probably about in the next 10 minutes because I want to go ahead and get started with the questions first. So you guys ready?
Yes, sir.
Yes, I'm ready.
Okay. The first one is a little bit of a hypothetical. I want your honest opinion. What's the difference between a deployment and a 7-month prison sentence? I'm gonna tell you why I asked that after you answered.
Okay. So the difference between deployment and a 7-month prison sentence.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I feel like the difference between those two, I think deployment, of course, is a little more freedom. You have connections. You have connections outside of the ship. So you can actually, you can sometimes still get social media. Sometimes you have those days where you get in the area, you can get a little service and,
I don't know.
So
I've been seeing prisoners lately, prison bays and shit on Facebook.
You know what I be seeing that too. I be seeing prisoners making TikToks. I don't know how that happened, but
They look like they got better Wi-Fi than we do on deployment. But my bad. Go ahead.
no,
Keeping it a buck.
honestly though. But yeah, I feel like in deployment, deployment, I feel like another difference is you can move, you can move around whenever you want to. Like you can, you know what I'm saying? You can just kind of move around a little bit more than a I feel like in a prison you are kind of like on a schedule of doing things, but you can just get up and go to the ship store. If you want some candy, just get up and go to the vending machine. I go to the ship store. It's like
right.
Prison, you can't do that.
So the reason I asked, and I know you haven't been on deployment, so I got a follow up question for you though. The reason that I asked is because when you stuck on deployment for a while and it's just day by day, you're just hearing the birds chirping shit. Like if you do see a bird fly by, you start to be like, damn. A lot of people start to be like, damn, man, this feels like a prison sentence. Did you feel like that on your first deployment, or were you so excited that this was your first one that it just felt like a new experience for you?
So at the beginning, I was very excited. I actually was ready to go on deployment. I was like, oh, I can't wait. And then especially when we got the news that we was going to be like hitting ports and stuff. So I was very excited. And then it's those days where it's just like, okay, I'm ready. Like, all my excitement is over with. I cannot take it no more. Please, can we just go back home?
How many months?
Days.
Well, first of all, how long was your deployment? Did you have like one of those 7-month deployments or?
Man, it was 9.5 months. It was from December 1st to September 12th. Yes.
I don't know how. I've been on 2 deployments and somehow I lucked up to get 7 months on each one. But man, yeah,
that's crazy. That's good. Lucky you. I wish. You
ever heard about the Lincoln?
The Lincoln? Oh yeah, I hear about the Lincoln all the time. That's what you was on?
Hell no. But I was on the Stennis. Even worse in my opinion. But the Lincoln, if I remember correctly, they had their deployment extended. And then right after the deployment got extended, I think I extended like once or twice. And then right after they were supposed to be coming back home, COVID hit. So they still couldn't pull in. And even for the most optimistic person, I'm like, does deployment still just feel like, a necessary thing that you got to do? Or at what point does deployment not feel like a prison sentence?
At what point did it not feel like one?
Mm-hmm. In the beginning?
When we hit when they have days where they'll have like a talent show. They'll have like talent shows or they'll have like open mic nights. And those were like definitely like, a come together, have fun type of moment. They'll have like all kinds of stuff like that. They'll have like talent shows. I like stuff like that. So that's when it helped. And especially when we hit ports, of course.
And so I got, hold on. My bad. I'm like multitasking like a motherfucker. I'm trash. I just want y'all to know that. But and all right, my question to you, Jamil, are you looking forward to deployment? Like I know you still kind of in the beginning phase or whatnot. Is deployment one of those things that you're looking forward to, or because I know when I first joined the military, like I fucking loved A school for the most part. It was annoying in the beginning where the fucking cat card. You were in your bed at the right time, but the computer didn't pick it up. Now you standing out at attention and shit explaining it was dumb. But for the most part, I actually enjoy A school. But I always had that thing in the back of my head where I was like kind of nervous or hesitant to get into the real Navy. Are you looking forward to deployment, or is it one of those things that's kind of bothering you in the background?
I get this question a lot from a lot of people. Like, do you look forward to going to the real Navy, right? But it's like, I think it's just like everything in life. You're in high school, you're like, man, like I'm really about to go to college. And once you graduate college, like I'm really about to go in the real world. So I'm a little nervous because it's the unknown. I don't really know what to expect. And you hear all these stories and, is it like prison? But with everything in life, I just try to remain optimistic. So.
And so you basically just, you kind of feel indifferent to it. You basically just, you don't feel one way or the other.
Right. But I know it's not gonna be like A school because I got it kind of made over here. So.
And Brianna, do you think once he hits the actual fleet, do you think like it's gonna be like a wake up call for him, or you think do you feel like in A school you're already mentally prepared for what the real Navy is actually like, from your experience?
When I was in A school and they kept saying, or even in boot camp when they kept saying, once you get to the fleet, it's not gonna be like that. It's not gonna be like this. I just feel like even in the fleet, it's still kind of like I feel comfortable the whole way. It was never a time where I was just like, oh my God, this is what they was talking about.
Right.
Like I feel like you're gonna be good. Like it's only like if a certain catastrophic type of thing happens, that's when you're gonna have to, okay, like this is serious. We gotta. But I mean, it's still pretty, like, it's pretty chill. You know what I'm saying? It's pretty lenient.
And you know what's funny, that rolls right into my second question for you guys. We all had our expectations of the Navy before we joined, but so far, name one way the Navy has exceeded your expectations, and name one way it's underperformed. So, like, what's something that you've experienced in the Navy? You was like, man, this is better than what I thought it would be. And what's something where you was like, bro, what the fuck? You know what I mean? You feel like your recruiter lied to you or some shit.
Yeah.
Whoever wants to go first.
I'll go first. I guess one way the Navy kind of exceeded my expectation, I guess it's just like in regards to how they try to, you know, make sure that, you know, you're very disciplined and you followed a certain standard. And yeah, I mean, 'cause I wasn't the most disciplined person coming into in the boot camp. So once I went in there and they, you know, they shaved all of whatever I had left off.
Oh, you was running your mouth?
I had waves. I had waves, and they gave me the big chop. You know, the dragon lady. She done. Once I got that taken care of, and you know, they told me everything, and they kind of not brainwashed me, but kind of ingrained what they wanted to ingrain in my mind. I mean, that's one thing they were really good at. One way underperformed, you know, the food sometimes. You know, sometimes I'll eat the food. It's just really it's not the best, but you know, it's better than eating ramen noodles, you know, back home. So.
You know what? I will defend the Navy on this. I don't know. The A school in Pensacola, Florida.
Oh, solid. It's solid.
Right. That shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, if I had to choose between that or Benny Hunters, I'm probably going, you know, to Pensacola, if I'm being honest with you. That shit was fire, boy. Yeah. And Brianna, same question for you. What's ways that the Navy has exceeded your expectations and ways that the Navy has underperformed your expectations that you originally had when you first joined?
So the way the Navy exceeded my expectations, the way the Navy exceeded my expectations, I feel like the way it exceeded it is that, like, I was just expecting it to be way rougher, but like I said, like kind of just like what, like basically like you said, rolling into the next question. Like I feel like it was not as hard as I thought it would be. I just
not as hot too.
Huh?
Not as hot too. Turn left. Like, yeah, that's what you was kind of picturing. That's what you was kind of picturing. But no, because I can kind of relate to that. I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, you definitely got your Joes in the Navy, but like if you leave it up to the movies, it's really in a lot of ways like a regular job. Like, it really is. Like, that's my point exactly. It's just like a regular job. It's not hard. It's really not hard. Right. Like, it's, in fact, I would say the Navy is difficult, but not in the way that most people would think that it is. That's what I would say. I don't know if you would agree with that, but like it's easy in the sense of
perfectly said.
Right. Like, you come to work, you do what you're told, you get off, you get a paycheck. Boom. And you know, that's why that's why a lot of people do 20 years. It's it's the little annoyances, I think, that make it difficult. For example, like, imagine if you were on the Leakin and you got extended for a whole year on a deployment, and then when it was time to come back, you still couldn't pull in because, you know, something like COVID were to happen. Like, little things like that can kind of make it difficult, but the Navy itself isn't difficult. That's what I would say anyway.
I feel like in boot camp, they kind of engrave you to think that, oh, they finna be hardcore like they were in boot camp. Like, that's literally what they make you think, that when you finna get out in the fleet, it's finna be like that. Like, that's basically about to be your life. But it's definitely not like that. I feel like boot camp, if anybody, I feel like anybody could agree that boot camp was definitely the hardest part of their whole career. Like that, like literally. Right. Physically, mentally, I feel like it's the hardest part. And I mean, deployment could be another like second, but I just feel like boot camp is the most, like, they project you to think that it's just about to be like that your whole career.
And this kind of goes into another question that I have. So I want, which one of you guys are going to answer this one first? Be honest. Are you closer to the friends that you had pre-military or post-military, and why?
Definitely.
I'm putting you on the spot. I'm putting you on the spot. You said post-military? All right.
Definitely post-military.
Why is that? Let's talk about it.
Because I don't know. So personally, I kind of don't really, I don't always I'm not the best at keeping like staying connected with people, but I mean I do have those friends. I still have those few friends before like pre-military, but now I just feel like deployment, especially being on deployment, I've got that's where I made really most of my friends at. Like better friend, them friends feel like they're family now from being on deployment. Like I just got real close to them, being with them every day. I just feel like it's a nice environment to make friends in, condoning like the situations, containing the situations, like just everything. I just feel like I got the friends now are just.
So not to dox you, put too much of your information on there, but I follow you on social media and I saw that you just went back to Houston, your hometown. I'm assuming for like a little vacation, just a little getaway or something.
Yeah, vacation. Yep.
Did you go back with the friends that you made in the military, or did you link up with people that you knew in Houston? Or both?
I went with the friends I made in the military.
See,
the friends on deployment.
See, I would feel some type of way. Like, who the fuck are these niggas? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, no, just...
No, it'd be like that, though. It'd be like that. It'd be like that.
Do you just think it's because the reason that and I'm gonna get to you. I'm gonna get to you too. But the reason that I asked this question is because in the military, one thing that you typically like, there's a bond that you kind of get with military people. And I've always wondered, is that because the life of the military is something that only other military members can relate to, so we just kind of link like that? Or do you think it's solely because we're not back home anymore? Because, a lot of people be hesitant to join the military, and they're thinking, I'm going to leave my best friend behind and yada, yada, yada. But in my mindset, I'm like, you barely going to talk to them motherfuckers as it is once you go. So, you know what I mean? Like, life goes on. But, yeah, what about you? Do you think that you're closer to the people that you had pre-military or post?
Unfortunately, from my friends watching, I'm going to have to say post-military, because it's like pre-military, I mean, all I really knew was like my friends from school. So I really wasn't close to them because I was really just focused on trying to get out of there.
Right.
And I had that lull period between just graduating and joining the military. I really wasn't connected to my friends that much. But like, even some of the friends, even though the people I went to boot camp with, I really tried to like keep in contact, but life just manages to split people apart. That's just how it is. But I'm still really close to some people here in Pensacola, and I would say that, just little things like military inside jokes. We just have that type of connection. I can imagine that's like strengthened by 1,000 when you're in the fleet, So just speaking from my experience, over here in Pensacola, I could say just like I just mesh really well with the people over here.
So I gotta ask, because I've been on shore duty literally past 3 years now. Don't. I've been on shore duty literally past my rotation period right now. I can't get into the specifics, but but I do gotta ask though. So how much did your military experience get altered due to COVID-19, whether it be basic training, A school, or deployment? Because I can tell you about my experience, but I'm curious. Like, what's it like being in A school or boot camp after COVID happened, or what's it like being on a deployment? Like, were you still able to get off, visit ports? Like, were there any restrictions? Whoever wants to take that first.
I'll let Brianna answer this one.
Okay, so when COVID really like struck out, when COVID really just broke out, I was at my last command, and they restricted us from going, like, we couldn't even go out. The only thing we could do was go out to the store or go out to whatever was essential. So we only stood duty. We didn't even come into work. So that was a nice time for containing that. But thank God I didn't go during deployment. Otherwise, we would have just did 9.5 months, no ports, and that would have just kind of.
So there were ships that literally just was not pulling in anywhere. It was just out to sea.
Yes, that's how the ships had it. I couldn't imagine, like, especially the Ike. I know the Ike had it like that. Yeah, I can't imagine.
Hell.
It was bad those 30 days in between, in between ports. We was like, man, I'm ready to hit the next port. So I could imagine like going all those months. I
would have turned into Pennywise. You'll float too. Fuck that. I gotta get off this motherfucker. I ain't gonna lie to you. And
okay.
What about you? How's C school? How's A school? How's C school with were you in basic training during like the whole COVID? So yeah, tell us about that.
So I went to boot camp in February, and February, March, that's kind of where they made that whole thing where like it's not mandatory to wear a mask. But from like February to March, going in, you had to be vaccinated and you had a vaccination card, all that, and you had to wear a mask. So it just kind of sucked because we do PT with mask on and you can't really see anybody. So kind of like that connection thing, connected with other recruits. You can't even see the bottom half of their face. So yeah, you had to wear a mask during boot camp. But you were allowed to run during like the PRTs without your mask, and then you had to put your mask back on, sweaty, and and people were getting sick. It was just a whole big mess. And I mean,
my bad. Go ahead.
Oh no, I was gonna say, and A school, like we didn't have to. I mean, Florida. I mean, we don't wear no mask over here, but like,
oh yeah, Florida's a whole nother. I'm in Florida too. Florida's a whole nother goddamn breed.
So it's a whole different monster. But once you get over here, you don't really have to wear a mask. Really, no mask restrictions. But they like one day they were like everybody needs to wear a mask, and that was the only day everybody wore a mask. But people only wear masks for like 1 or 2 hours, and they just took it off. So
okay, so yeah, cause I was gonna say even down here in Florida, like Floridians don't take shit serious. We had people literally dressing as the COVID as the little COVID thing. just fucking cuz. So here's my next question. What is the wildest thing you have seen someone go to captain's mast so far in your naval career?
Brianna catches this one.
The wildest thing I've seen somebody go to captain's mast.
Talk about it.
Actually, the wildest thing I've seen somebody go to captain's mast for, it was some dude like I wonder if I could say that.
Say what?
Well, okay, I'm gonna just put it in. Fuck it. I mean, freak. I'm sorry, but somebody when we were on the plane.
I was about to say, have you seen my YouTube videos? I ain't got no filter. Stop trying to filter yourself.
Okay, right. Let's get straight into it. So this dude, when we were on deployment, we hit port, and this dude just decided that he was gonna get on the plane and just go home while we were from Italy.
Wait,
what?
Like he literally ordered
that he was gonna go home, and he was, and you know I'm a squadron, so I'm not even ship's company. So he was at a squadron. He wasn't ship's company either. He was at my squadron, and he decided that he was just gonna leave. I said,
you know what I'm mad at?
That's
what
I said. That's crazy.
Did you just purposely do the and oop meme?
Who, me?
Yeah. You know what I mean when they go and oop. Like you, yeah, you literally just did that because you heard that sound. It's random. But yeah, what about you, Jamel? What's the wildest thing you see someone go to captain's mast for? Let the people know the type of dumb shit people get in trouble for in the Navy.
All right, this one always comes from the top. So one weekend, and you coming out of boot camp, you're already horned up, that sexual retention for 10 weeks, it tends to do something to you. I'm just gonna say it just tends to do something to you. So that also applies to the females too. So this woman, this individual, she was caught on the second floor. So the second floor is primarily reserved for the women, right? No males are allowed to go on that floor. So we're all moving our stuff in. We're all putting our sea bags in there. She's moving her stuff in as well, but I don't know. I guess another female sailor caught her on the second floor with a Marine, and it's weird because like Marines aren't supposed to be in this building at all. So it's a whole different. You're not supposed to be in the building, let alone the floor. So this Marine was caught on the floor with a sailor, and basically he was just trying to cover his ass. He said, "No, I was just trying to move some of her stuff out. I was just trying to help her move in or whatever." And he just caught this whole lie. And yeah, she got caught up for just trying to dust down the doonies in the barracks, So
now she gotta go to fucking captain's mast. All right, so I'm having too much damn fun with these sounds. Let me stop. But I think that it's funny. I think the dumbest shit. Damn, I think it was in A school. We had somebody get hemmed up because some Marines. I don't know. Bro, don't even ask me how the fuck they did it. Our sea bags, right? Yeah. Some Marines literally put a woman in the sea bag, tied that bitch up, and then snuck her ass into the barracks. I swear to God, you cannot make this shit up.
Are you serious?
I swear to God, you cannot make this up. And Pika Song 25 said, I just enlisted on Tuesday. Congratulations. Hey, one day I'm going to have your ass on the podcast and let me know what type of dumb shit people what type of dumb shit people still doing in the Navy. But no, really, like dead ass serious. I was like, bruh. The second dumbest thing, we had somebody piss on one of their roommates. He claimed he thought he was the toilet, and so while his roommate was asleep, he walked in, whipped his Johnson out, and he he gave him some hygiene, he facialized his ass.
Oh no. No.
Said he claimed that he thought it was a toilet.
Yes, he claimed he thought his roommate was a toilet. I would have beat his ass.
That's
I'm not gonna lie to you.
insane.
He would have to run me them hands. He had to run me them hands still to today. So let me ask you guys this. So it's funny to kind of sit back and watch people do dumb shit, but do you think generally getting in trouble is something that's easy to do in the military, or do you think you really got to try hard to get in trouble? As far as like going to captain's mast,
I would say, because some stuff that you would do in the civilian world,
right?
It doesn't apply to like when you're in the Navy. So you would do something that I can't get caught when I'm in the civilian world, right? But then you can easily get hemmed up for the same thing in the Navy. So I think it all just goes down to just, really being aware of your surroundings and who you're with at the same time, and really just trying to assess the situation.
By the way, I just lied to y'all. I just remembered the dumbest thing. Like I lied to you. It got dumber than that. We had some Marines in A school. Why does this shit all happen in A school?
So was a Marine.
We had some Marines in A school that robbed the Toys R Us with a fake with a water gun.
Are you serious?
I swear to God, I'm not bullshitting. I'm not bullshitting. I swear to God, I'm not bullshitting.
That's wild.
But yeah, I'm sorry. Well, what are you saying? So I got the mind of a fucking goldfish. I apologize.
I finished my statement.
Okay. But yeah. So, Brianna, basically, what I was asking is, do you think that it's easy to get in trouble in the military, or do you think people really just be bringing this shit upon themselves? From your experience,
what? I feel like it's a little bit of both, because you can. I feel like some things you can go to captain's mast just for, and I don't feel like it's like a bad act of behavior, but just by what the Navy wants you to do, or people don't really like. You can just go. You can really go for anything, I feel like. But then at the same time, if it's to the point to where you got to go to captain mast, like you literally had to have done, like, you know what I'm saying? You had to have done something. It's kind of like both.
Right. I think honestly, my bad. I'm not gonna lie. When's the last time y'all ever looked at the UCMJ? And for people that don't know what that is, the UCMJ is the Uniform Code of Military Justice. It's basically the military Bible of 101 ways the military can fuck us in the ass if we fuck up. So, but I don't really hear people talk about it too much. Hell, I don't even hear about it that much, and I'm in the military, let alone content creators talk about it. When was the last time y'all actually just kind of looked it up, read a little something in it?
Probably MEPS.
You said MEPS?
Yeah. Probably MEPS.
Honestly, yeah. It's been a while.
Right.
It's been a while since I read upon anything on that.
In the Blue Jacket manual too. I remember when I was in basic training, I read in the Blue Jacket manual. It was like, if you get caught falling asleep on post, on duty or some shit, you can be or hold on, I want to make sure I'm not fucking it up. It was either if you get caught being a spy, that's cause for execution, or if you get caught sleeping on post, that's cause for execution. I'm not sure which. It's one of those two. It was one of those two. I just remember being in the child line reading that shit, and I was like, bro, what the fuck did I just join?
Right.
Fuck you mean I know I'm gonna go to sleep one day on watch. No, I'm just playing. But
it's brutal.
But no, I think in the military, I think it's complex, right? I think it's easy to. I'm gonna say this. I think it's easy to get in trouble in the military. I'm gonna be honest with you. And the only reason I say that is because there's so much shit. Like you're a walking representation of the United States Navy, right? So it's kind of like one of them things where like you got to watch your every fucking move. If you get into a fight out in the street, God forbid, like you can't just like sweep it under the fucking rug. Like in the real world, right? Let's just say, for example, if you work for a job, you got into a fight out in the street. Shit, if that shit happened over the weekend and you got released out by Monday, you gotta tell your boss a goddamn thing. But in the damn military, first thing on Monday morning, the first thing they ask, hey, did anybody get into anything we need to know over the weekend? And then if you don't say shit, that's your ass. If you say something, that's your ass. Like, you know what I mean? So it's kind of right. It's your ass either way. So my next question is, if you were to become highly successful as a content creator, considering that you both are content creators, will you serve the full 20 years of military service? Why or why not? And let me guess.
No, I wouldn't.
You said you wouldn't?
I would not serve a whole 20 years. And you want to know what's crazy? I've been thinking about that.
Yeah.
I said, man, let me hurry up and do this. And let me get big with it so I can go ahead and dip.
Which is why, it's
Out
funny.
the door.
You just made a video talking about how you were planning on expanding your audience. Expanding your content. And it's funny because starting next week, I'm about to do the same thing. And I feel like you did it for the exact same reason, the exact same epiphany that I had. But update the people on what I'm talking about. What are you planning on doing with your content in the future?
Yes, y'all. So I just got back from deployment. Like I said in my video, I took my time to plan on deployment. I took my time to prepare myself and just get ready for coming back and getting back on YouTube. So I kind of, I'm gonna be doing all kinds of stuff. I'm gonna be making, of course, a lot of Navy videos because I know it's a lot of people that go on YouTube searching stuff up and trying to figure stuff out. So that, and then it's gonna be like kind of my personal type of vlogging stuff. So it's just gonna be like a Navy girl's lifestyle type thing. Just me being in the Navy and then outside of the Navy too. So
I feel like
get a little personal as well.
Yeah, I feel like with you want it, like, you want to help people out that's trying to join the military, but that audience can only go so far. I mean, we are the 1%, right? So I feel like you want people to fall in love with you and not just, hey, what's it like in boot camp? Oh, okay, I got my answer. All right, I'm gone now. So
perfectly.
I want to introduce y'all to my boy Carter. Some people call him the gentle giant. Some people, but first off, can we give a congratulations, because my boy is a free man now. He just got out of the service.
Thank you, man.
He is a free goddamn man. How does it feel, brother? How does it feel to be freshly out the service? How does it feel?
Can y'all hear me all right?
Yeah. You good to go? You good to go?
Honestly, it's kind of surreal, but it feels good, man. It feels great. Like, freedom, you know what I mean? I'm not worried about all the, miniature stressors of the military and bullshit that comes along with it anymore. I've learned to accept it, and I'm ready to move on to the next chapter in life.
Do you when you very first like the very first day that you got out, did you kind of like, because I can't wait. You know me, we've had conversations. Like I'm thinking I might just go praise dancing at church. I ain't been to church in like 10 years. Like,
I'll get down with you.
I'm telling you, man. But yeah, Carter, real quick, just to kind of get people caught up onto who you are, you mind answering this question of, hey, what's your name, what's your age, what's your hometown, and why did you originally join the military?
So my name is Carter. I'm 29, recently just had a birthday. My hometown is Decatur, Georgia. Mm-hmm. And I initially joined the military because I was getting into a lot of trouble and stuff, and I wasn't really going nowhere in life, and I was a lab, like Kevin Hart would say. I ain't never been nowhere, especially not overseas. So I just looked at it as an opportunity to get out there and make something of myself as a man and, prove to myself and to others that I could support myself and, be successful in life without, running the streets and all that stuff.
So you basically want to use it kind of like as a stepping stone for the next level.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely.
So one more time, man, let's go ahead and give it I love to see people get their goddamn freedom papers. I don't know if y'all watched my video about it, but I made the decision that I will be getting out of the military. I'm about to get rich off YouTube. I don't know if I fuck the bullshit, but
right, straight up.
And what about you, Jamel? Do you see yourself doing 20 years if you make it big as a content creator? Carter, I know you're not a content creator, so this question doesn't so much pertain to you. But Jamel, as a content creator, do you see yourself doing 20 years if you get successful, like successful?
Right. Oh man, it's hard to say because it's it's not even been a year yet, but I might do 20 years. Who knows? I say that now, and then next year I'll be like, oh. God.
So you one of these content creators that's like making $30,000 a month with 100,000 subscribers? You staying in? Hold on. When you make it, hold on. Better yet, let me. I gotta put this question into perspective. I don't think y'all get me. If you making $30,000 a month, and then your senior chief tell, hey, why you ain't? Hey, I need you to go do some MK1. What's that? Some life preserver maintenance. I need you to go scrub the toilet, and you making 6 times this nigga's income. Are you still gonna be like, hell yeah, I'm showing up. I'm showing up for duty tomorrow. Or you gonna be like, hey, fuck that. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'll probably smoke a blunt immediately. Do the fastest thing I could do to get kicked out the military.
Hello.
Right. No, I'm one and done. Yeah, probably one and done after that. Yeah, do my 6 years and I'm out. Yeah.
So, I gotta give you a little bit of praise right now because I checked out your content and I gotta be a little arrogant, but you rival me. When it comes to the editing skills, your editing skills is on point. Cause I'm always checking out different military content creators to see people that I want to invite to the show to kind of see what my competition is doing, all that good shit. And I was like, his comedic timing is on point, his editing is on point. I'm like, hold up, man, let me get this man on here. Let me see how I can interview and help this guy out. Cause what's your plans for your subscribers? Like, what on top of military, do you want to give them anything else? What's your plan as far as your content creation?
So like right now I want to start at like a foundational level. Like I want them to take them on this journey with me. Like I came straight out of boot camp, I'm in A school. So I kind of want to give them this knowledge that I currently have right now while it's fresh and kind of take them along with this journey while, when I get to the fleet, wherever I get stationed at, vlog a little bit, should give them a little bit of insight of my life and what to expect in the Navy.
All right. Okay. Not bad. Hey, shout out, by the way, to Naturally Nyla for the $10. God damn, turn it off now. Shit. I'm sorry. Excuse me. Thanks for the great content. We got 4 different stages of veterans in here right now. Thank you very much for the super chat. That's highly, highly appreciated.
Thank you.
And Carter, you really should become a content creator while you bullshitting. Like, while you bullshitting. But I'm gonna go ahead and go on to the next question. Name something that's forbidden. Name something that's forbidden you would do in the Navy if you knew 100% without a shadow of a doubt that you wouldn't get caught. So what's something, if you knew you could get away with it, what's something you would do in the Navy that's forbidden?
I'll fly home on the weekend without putting in leave.
Okay. Okay, I respect that answer. I thought it was gonna be more evil. At least my answer is. But who wants to hop on that question next? You know what? Fuck, I'm gonna pick on you, Carter. What would you do if you knew you could get away with it? What would you do?
I've already done it. You know what I'm saying? Multiple things, and I've already gotten away with them. But let me pick something that's not as intense, I guess. I don't want to get hit with no double jeopardy or no crazy shit like that, man. Let's see, something. That's tough. You put me on the spot. Yeah, that's a little tough, man.
Carter said, them folks gonna be coming. Them folks gonna be coming after your ass, what?
Right.
I tell you what.
Maybe take the captain's boat, for a little spin. Because I've been on it before, and then
that ain't too
go
bad.
To Miami or some shit.
We had somebody that got on my deployment. We had somebody that our admiral had his boat. I don't know. That's wild when you think about it. Our admiral had his boat inside of the ship, and we had somebody that got caught having sex on his boat inside of the aircraft carrier. So
wow.
I wish I could have had them. I think it was Admiral Wetlaufer. I think that's which admiral it was. But that shit was funny.
Wow.
Damn, did everybody answer the question?
Oh no.
Well, yeah. What would you do if you knew that you would get caught? What's something that you would do?
Oh man, they watching. But one thing. I mean, 90% of the base already does this, but I'll probably just like go to a bar or something and just get fucked up. But I'll have someone like carry me out back to the barracks or something like that.
Okay, I ain't gonna lie. You know what I was expecting somebody to say?
What?
I was expecting somebody to say like they'll have like a relationship with like a chief or an officer or something. Like, no, dead ass. Let's just keep it a buck. Like every at some point you've seen somebody higher ranking and you was just like, damn, like you know what I'm saying? That's what I was expecting somebody to say. And so my next question is, what do you believe is the biggest fear or concern that prevents people from joining the military in the first place? Like, because, you know, a lot of people, I would say, honestly, I think the average American thinks about it, but there's something that holds them back. What do you think that thing is more often than not? Somebody, and Ashley Renard says she'll travel out the country on a whim. I'm trying to tell you.
I'll say war.
You said war?
People always think, that'd be their first thing. Oh, we're gonna go to war. When they think of military, they think of war automatically. So I think that's what stops them.
Do you think certain branches, like for example, right? That's a good answer. Do you think that some people choose certain branches on which one is the least likely to get them killed?
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Because would y'all agree that the Air Force and the Navy are probably the most
safest or
most sought out for being the safest?
Yeah, because that was my. Well, I'm not gonna lie. When I joined, that was gonna be my first. That was my first go-to.
Right. And so I thought about this. Right. I thought about this, and I was like, you know, that really kind of doesn't make sense, right? Because if we were to have naval warfare and then the ship sink, guess how many of us die? All of us, nigga. Like, you know,
all of
like
us.
You know what I'm saying? Versus like if you was, I don't know, infantry or some shit, that's a possibility you could, possibility you couldn't. You know what I mean? Like that,
Right.
like you got a better percentage of not dying. I think I just thought it's ironic how a lot of people think the Navy is the safest branch, but it's just like when you think about it, if worst, I ain't even gonna say worst case scenario. I'm just gonna say case scenario. If we had naval warfare and the ship sunk, it's just something to think about. But what about you? What do you think stops most people from joining the military when they're on the edge of it?
I mean, I don't like being yelled at, so that was kind of like one thing I had to think about. Like, I was like, man, because you look at those boot camp videos, and I did before I joined. And you look at Chief Kala, he just going in on these recruits, like, yes, Chief, no, Chief, maybe Chief, and I'm like, I don't want him all up in my face like that. You know,
standing
what I'm
up
saying?
straight, scared and shit.
You know, my cheeks are clenched. You know, it's like I don't want to be yelled at. You know, I'm already getting yelled at by my mom for forgetting to take out the trash. It's like now I got Chief in my ear. But
Right.
I think that's probably one thing. Just people getting yelled at.
Do you think that most people think that they're going to be getting yelled at like their entire career, or they just don't want to, like they think, or maybe they think it's just going to be boot camp, but they don't know if they want to do 2 months of being talked to, like they're not used to being talked to.
Right.
I would say people probably think that's what the entire military is going to be like, which I mean, it kind of is. I don't know if you guys have watched my reaction video to how Business Insider's boot camp video. But in that video, when I was reacting to it, I was saying that you kind of need to kind of get used to hearing something, taking it in one ear and not the other, because you're not going to get yelled at 24/7 like in boot camp, but like it's not going to stop you from getting an ass chewing. Like you going to get an ass chewing. Like it comes with the territory.
Exactly. Regardless.
And what about you, Carter? What do you think stops most people from joining that's considering joining?
That's considering joining. I think it's just the fear of doing something new that, you know, you're not used to, you don't know nothing about. You kind of can't predict it or really plan it out when you join the military. Like you can have your goals and everything, but you know, nothing's for certain in the military. But I think that's what stops a lot of people, is because there's uncertainty there. And
that unpredictability.
And as far as like stopping people from getting out, I would have to say the fear of having to start over. You know what I mean? A lot of people don't want to lose what they built up already.
Yeah.
You know, so yeah.
And you know, I think that's funny that that's a fear for a lot of people, because I would argue that the military, if anything, is overly structured. Like, yeah, you could have an underway. You could have an underway here or there, but the thing is, you know, it's funny. I'm gonna put it like this: a lot of people are so afraid to join the military because they think it's going to be so unpredictable. But ironically, a lot of people are afraid to get out of the military because of how structured the military has their life. how predictable things are gonna be. All right, I'm gonna get once I get these orders, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. I'm going you know what I mean. So I just think it's interesting that a lot of the things that people fear that stops them from joining, ironically, is kind of not the reality. So I wanted to ask those questions and see what you guys' perspective was. Now, real quick, can you let the people? I told myself I'm gonna start having these podcast episodes right about an hour 15 minutes sweet spot, and we hitting up on an hour right now. So can you please let the people know where they can find you? And since she's been going first all night, I'm gonna go ahead and give it to her real quick.
Okay, you can find me on Instagram, TikTok, all about Brianna. So all about Brianna, spelled Brionn. There we go. It's right there on the screen.
Got you.
That's where you can find me on social media.
And right now, I think you got about 1.6K subscribers, I think. And I'm sure you probably
1.6K. Yep, road to 2K. So if y'all see this, please subscribe. All about Brianna on YouTube as well.
Yeah, I'm sure you about to be rolling them damn numbers up real fucking fast. By the way, I saw that you.
Thank you.
I saw that you uploaded a video today, but then when I clicked on it, it was like it was removed. Did you mean to do that or?
Cause it was cause the way I uploaded it was like a premiere. I don't know what would happen with it, so I just deleted it. And I was like, I'm gonna re-upload it, so it should be uploading soon here. Hopefully, it's up by the time we get off.
So be sure to check her out, guys, and run her down. Don't have me say this shit to you and then you don't go subscribe. I'm gonna be on y'all ass. I swear to God. Be sure to subscribe to her. Show her some love. And I know, and I said show her some love, not sliding her DMs. There's a difference.
Right.
And what about you? Where can the people find you at?
You can find me on YouTube, Jameel Armstrong, Jameel Armstrong. Likewise on Instagram, Jameel Armstrong.
All right, man. And one more time, be sure to follow him too. I'm like, this is a genuine compliment. This isn't just being nice and shit. I'm telling you, motherfucker, I think you got more potential than me. Like I was watching some of your content, like some of the interviews and shit that you would do at the beach. Yeah, bro, y'all should really go watch this shit, bro. No, you know what it was? It was the you did a video on Black Tinder. You did a video on Black Tinder, and like. Bro, I was crying because this man said, "All right, I'm about to try out Black Tinder, see what's going on." And the very first thing he see pop up is a snow bunny. He was like, "But yeah, man, y'all go if you really want to laugh, I'm telling you, go follow his content. I really feel like you got a lot to offer people, brother.
Thank you.
But keep busting your ass on it. And Carter, you got anything that you want to say to the good people? You just got out. So you got anything to say to the good people that's about to get out, that want to get out? I know you kind of new to it. So, but anything that you want to tell people that's on the verge of getting out or thinking about getting out?
Yeah, if you are on the verge of getting out or thinking about getting out, or if you're like me, newly getting out or, already in the process of it, just don't have no concerns about what's next for you. All you got to do is get out there, grind, make goals, take advantage of your benefits for sure, disability if you get in it, and be proactive with all your stuff. Stay on their ass about paperwork,
that's
and just have a plan for yourself,
All right, and I'm gonna give people, if anybody wants to call in, I'm gonna give you probably the next 2 minutes to call in. If not, that's perfectly fine as well. I did a poll. It's funny. I actually did a poll on this stream. I was like, you guys want to call in or you want to watch? It was like, I don't know if I'm gonna call in, but I'll watch though. I was like, I bet that's cool. But the reason I wanted to offer the people the ability to call in, because I don't know, Brianna, I don't know if you get this a lot too, but like you get so many people asking you questions under your profile. Like you'll be talking about. You'll be talking about, I don't know, the NEX, the NEX, and they'll be like, what's the best rate in the Navy? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yes. I still to this day, off that one video that kind of got like the most, like 40K views on it, I still to this day get questions in my DMs all the time. And I kind of feel bad because I just can't get back to everybody. And sometimes I just don't even respond because it just be like so many. Like it be loaded. Like my inbox be loaded with them. I'd be like, oh my gosh.
Right. Which is why I said I'm going to try out a new thing. From now on, when I do the DDT 14, I'm going to say, hey, I'm gonna give you guys an opportunity to call in. If you don't, cool, but you can't say I'm not trying to answer your questions because obviously you like it. I don't know if you guys like when you edit content, it takes so long, especially if you're especially if you're trying to like perfect your craft. Like, motherfucker, I'm losing sleep. I'm in college right now. I got work. You know what I mean? I'm spend about 8 to 10 hours editing YouTube. Like, so when you see those videos, this isn't no like I'm not trying to say, oh, you motherfuckers owe me. No, what I'm saying is we only got so much time. So honestly, in my opinion, if you do want like a question kind of answered quicker, I got what I got now is I got 2 options. If people want to do like a $5 super thanks, I don't know if you familiar with like the super thanks option underneath your YouTube videos, but once you get monetized, you can people can give you a tip or whatever the case may be if they want to. Nice. I've given people the option of saying, hey, if you do like a $5 or above super thanks, I'll get that video out to you before the before the end of the week, or come through the live streams, call in, and then I have either me or some of my guests answer the questions. But the reality is we can't always get to your questions. So I don't know if you're like me, but what I typically go for is the one I think if somebody asks a real good question that I think a lot of other people want to know the same answer to, I'll do it. But like if it's like I can't make a video if they ask a question like, so how hard are the pillows in the racks? And then I go, what's poppin' YouTube? 9/11 the baby go. Welcome to the Go Farm. Today we talking about how hard are pillows in the racks. Like, no. Now, I mean, if you give me a $5 super thanks, shit, you have my ass. What's poppin' YouTube? Today we talking about, you know what I mean? Because you only got so much time. And so, yeah, I say all that to say support your favorite content creators, man. But what y'all think about today's show? What y'all think about? Tell the truth. If I was trash, let me know. I'm in the Navy. I got rough skin. I can handle it.
10 out of 10.
You asking us or the audience?
Yeah, no, you guys.
Oh. I feel like it was good. I just feel like this was my first like outlet since I've been back. Since I've been getting into the groove of being back to civilian type lifestyle.
By the way, yeah. I'm gonna cut you off because somebody made rank on deployment. I
did.
What are you talking about?
Thank you.
Somebody made E5. Congratulations on that. I'm sure you busted your ass for it. But no, keep going. You said you this is your first outlet since you just got off deployment.
Yeah, this is my first outlet, so it was good to come. It was good to just come with people that's been through in the same shoes as me, or getting in the same shoes. It just feel good to just be able to kind of tell y'all my experiences and just let y'all know where I am and how I'm doing and just all that good stuff. So I appreciate you for having me. I always be happy and honored when you add me on here. So thank you.
Do you have any plans of starting to live stream yourself? Starting to do more live streams yourself?
Now that I think about it, I think this is really good. I feel like people like to see stuff like this and they can relate to it, and it's very informative. So I would definitely put that into, and I'll make that an idea of mine.
And what about you, Jamel? You gonna or do you not really got the time right now? You gonna start live streaming more?
Man, hopefully once I get my own place, you're gonna start live streaming and just having a better way of connecting with my audience.
Okay, and shit, Carter, I was about to say you gonna start live stream. You know what? Fuck that. You gonna start hopping on Instagram and live streaming?
Probably not. No, probably not.
Be like, hey folks, this day 15 of being a free motherfucker. You know what I'm saying?
Correct. I'm gonna enjoy all of y'all's content. You know what I'm saying?
That's fair enough as well.
I'll be a big supporter.
That's fair enough as well. Somebody said, hold on real quick, make sure I get the comment. Somebody said, hey, what's going on, brother? I see you in the comment section showing love all the time. And you know what's funny? I think I could have sworn you was somebody that had a question. Anyway, but nobody seems to be wanting to call in, which is perfectly fine. Make sure that you guys like the video and follow two of these guys' channel. And the third one, Carter, one more time, can you give out your Instagram just in case people want to follow you on there?
Yeah, so my Instagram is durag, _the gingerbread man.
Hold on, we got one person right now. Somebody said, how do you call in? Why do I not see the comment? Somebody said, how do you call in? So there is a link. You should see it in the if you go to the live section, the live comment section of YouTube, there's a StreamYard link in there. Click that link. It should send you to where you need to go. Hold on one more second. So we got somebody trying to call in. I'm gonna try to fuck with him. Somebody start a conversation while I do some technical work. I'm trash, bro. I swear to God.
How's Houston?
How was Houston?
Yeah.
It's nice. It's definitely better than being in Virginia. You know, it's way more things to do, way bigger. So I was just, when I was on leave, I was driving on the highway and I was like, wow, this is like I'm in a whole different world. Like it's just so huge. I miss it. Yeah.
Popping shit.
What's your rate too, by the way?
Huh? Oh man, I'm IT, so I really hope I don't go to I don't want to go to Virginia, but it's like it is what it is. But I kind of want to go back home, back to San Diego. But
okay.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. San Diego. That's where everybody. That's their dream place. You know, inside the States.
I don't know why I left, honestly, but
I feel you, man. I feel you. Hopefully, that'll be nice when you do go back, though.
So one subscriber says, "I got a question about how to cope in a healthy way in the Navy's bullshit."
Mm-hmm.
So I think what he's asking is, how do you deal with tough times, tough situations while you're in the Navy? Anybody want to tackle that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, one way I kind of cope with it, I take it for what it is. I take the information people try to tell me and what they're trying to say, and I just don't take things personally because I had a hard time hearing what people were trying to say to me, and I would take it personally. But I realized, maybe there is some information in that I can take into consideration. But yeah.
And my bad. Like I said, I'm doing some stuff in the background. Brianna, what's your advice on that? I'm about to put the camera on you in just a second.
I actually like to watch when you feel like when I get feelings like that, I like to look on YouTube and just watch like motivational videos and just like people giving good advice. And like what Jamel said, I hope I said that right. But I also like to just try not to take things personal because I could take things personal, so I had to work on that for myself. But I kind of just watching motivational videos and just getting advice helps me.
And Carter, hold on, let me, cause bro, I'm so damn. I'm so sorry, y'all. I'm literally trying to put this damn link in. Carter, what's your advice on that?
I would say how to cope with things in the military. There's a lot of different ways. Definitely try to keep your spirits high, especially if you feel yourself getting low. Don't be afraid to go to therapy because I never did that my entire life, and it actually worked out pretty well at the end of the day. I would say learn how to differentiate between, constructive criticism and somebody just hating on you because, you could brush the other one off, and one of them you might want to listen to sometimes. It might help you out later in your career.
Yeah, and we got a subscriber adding to the stream. I can't see your face, but if you could go ahead and put your face in the camera. Got any questions that you want? Yeah.
Oh shit! I got you. I'm right here. What's up, man?
What's going on, brother? How you doing? What's your name?
My name's Shahai. I just sworn as a DC for the Navy. Like, okay. But I have a question. What's the best place to be stationed?
The best place to be stationed.
Yeah.
Okay, who wants to tackle that one?
I just sworn as a DC for 5 years. So, yeah, that is wrong.
Okay, you say Hawaii, and what do you say? What do you think the best place to be stationed is?
I feel like inside of the States, probably San Diego. But if you want to go overseas, all right, Hawaii that counts too. But yeah,
I mean,
I heard Japan is really nice as well.
I would say San Diego too, but some motherfuckers just don't like it like that. So what you think?
Hey, I'll say San Diego, and I hear a lot of good things about Japan, so I say Japan, but yeah.
Well, let me ask you this: what exactly are you looking for in the place that you're stationed? Or like you trying to be around somewhere where there's a lot of things to do? Are you somewhere where it's not that expensive? Like what's your
a lot of things to do?
A lot of things to do. Okay, yeah. Then, in all honesty, from what I've experienced, I would also say San Diego. It's a bit on the expensive side, but there's a lot to do. Nightlife is great. The people look good. Most people try to stay in shape. It's Southern California. It's a melting pot, so your dating options is gonna be all over the place. You're right beside Mexico. You can get you a couple of Latinas if you want. You got the Filipinas, because of the Navy. You got your white, black, dark skin, light skin. Like it's great. San Diego would be the place that I would recommend.
Yeah, all right, appreciate it.
That's the only question that you got?
No, I got another one. So how was A school? Like, if the school you went to for the job training, how was it? Your experience?
I mean, A school's pretty cool. I mean, people say it's like college. I mean, in a sense, like you're studying with your peers, and
do you take like tests? Like,
yeah. So yeah, you take tests. Every day is a lesson. Every day you're learning. It's just like school basically. Just like school.
Do you wear civilian clothes there, or no? Like, just wear.
Right. So you have different phases of liberty. So phase alpha over here, where we're doing it, phase alpha liberty is like as soon as you get out of school, you still have to wear your NDubs, right? You're not allowed to get dressed in your civilian clothes. But once you're there for longer than 3 weeks, you're able to enter phase Bravo. And so basically, you can wear your civilian clothes off base, and you just go crazy.
And she said, I'm actually in San Diego because my ship is currently in port, but so far it's not that bad. I loved it. I was, it's funny. I was actually, right, like I said, right now I'm on shore duty. I was actually supposed to have been going to the Lincoln in San Diego, but some technical difficulties happened. So my ass is still in Florida. But no, dead ass. If you could get the orders, like if you when it's time for you to pick your billets and you see San Diego, California, I'd highly recommend it. It's probably you. I don't think you. Even if you turn out not to like it, I don't think it's a decision you would regret.
All right, thank you. That's all.
All right, brother. You have a good one.
You too, man.
Bye.
He said, man, I know it'll never happen, but I would love to be stationed in Mexico. You can always illegally go to Tijuana. But I don't see anybody else. I don't see anybody else in the call center. I enjoyed this episode of the DDT 14. Right now, I don't know if y'all know what Fantasy Fest is, but hey, speaking of Carter, am I gonna see you out tonight, bro? You coming out tonight? What's good?
Me and my lady's supposed to be checking it out. But
okay.
Yeah, we'll see. You know me.
Okay. And somebody said, how do you deal with embarrassment though? I'm not gonna lie. I think I need a little bit more context for that question. Do you guys want to try to answer it?
For me, not well at all. Not well at all.
This man. Bro, I would tell them some stories about you, but I ain't trying to fuck up your Instagram following. So
hey, I don't care. I don't care about social media like that, man. I'm mostly on YouTube watching your stuff. So,
But yeah, no. How would you do? How would you deal with it though? How do you deal with embarrassment?
But on a real note, I don't like embarrassment, especially if it's publicly or in front of my peers. You know what I'm saying? I don't tend to take it too well, but that's part of why therapy helps, and calmness and knowing who you're dealing with. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
If you do happen to get embarrassed and you're not feeling too well about it, I mean, only thing I can say is you kind of pull that person to the side, or people, or whatever happened, y'all try to work it out as adults. You know what I'm saying? Or you could take the alternate route and just be as petty.
You'll flow too.
You'll flow too.
You'll flow. Right. Brianna, how do you go? I'm gonna get my answer last, but because that's actually something that I struggled with, because I'm very, very prideful. Brianna, how would you go about embarrassment in the Navy? Like when somebody embarrass you, somebody trying you, somebody, trying to act like shit sweet. How do you go about handling that?
Me, if I feel like somebody trying to embarrass me or like come for me or any type of way, I definitely pull them to this. I definitely always have to say something. So I'll probably I probably won't school to their level, depending on what it is, but I probably won't school to their level, but I'll definitely say something, whether it's offline, or not. But
so
I'm gonna definitely bring it up, and I'm like, I didn't like that. Please, let's not do it again.
Okay, so say for example, like if you're mustering for work and your LPO or maybe your LCPO, they just try you. You know what I mean? Like they just try you. Hey girl, what's up with all that weave in your hair? Is that regulated? I don't know, just some dumb shit. You know what I'm saying?
Something like that. Then I'm probably like I'm going to say something back. Like
right then and there.
I'm gonna snap back, and I can't even tell you what I'm gonna say, but I'm gonna definitely snap back.
So Brianna, y'all heard it. She said she gonna have to get off in your ass. So that's how she gonna handle it.
And will.
Hey, what about you, brother? How you go about handling embarrassment? I actually like that question. That's a good question.
That's a great question. I mean, I got one story. Like one time in boot camp, like a week before the week of graduation. I don't know why, but I was I unluckily got chosen and got my hair cut by the Dragon Lady. And once again, she the week of graduation, I'm about to see my mama. It's been 2 months. I haven't seen my mama. I'm the world to her. She messed up my whole hair. I got patches everywhere, the back, the front.
Oh damn.
She said she had you looking like the last Airbender.
Yeah. I look like a newborn chick. So yeah, I have patches in my hair. And
is she the one Asian lady that's on the YouTube videos?
Yeah.
And she always got that same face while she fucking your head up too.
Same face, same hairstyle, same everything.
Yeah. And you know, the most embarrassing part was just having to take that long way back to my compartment. Even my petty officer was just chilling. My RDC was chilling in the hallway. He's like, damn, they fucked your shit up. So I'm walking back to the compartment, and there's about 70 motherfuckers in there, and they're like, damn, damn. And I'm like walking to the head. I'm looking at my haircut. I'm like, oh, my mama cannot see this. And they give you a little tiny ass sorry receipt. So I went back. I said, look, whoever cut my hair, I need y'all to fix this right now. Just cut it all off. You can't cut it off. I just make it look presentable. Make it look like I'm human or something. But I guess in situations like that, right? You just kind of embrace it. I kind of make fun of it, like, ha, like, yeah. I'm always kind of used to being like the butt of the joke. So I just kind of, embrace it, but at the same time, I make sure to at least handle that situation. I'm not going to be looking like a newborn chick. So make sure to handle the situation, make fun of it. I don't really take myself too seriously. So
I'm gonna say this, I'm just gonna be completely transparent. When I first started Navy, I was a bit of I was a shitbag. I was very fucking immature. I did a lot of dumb things, you know what I'm saying? So I put a target on my own back. But as time went on and I started to mature, I wanted to get that target off of my back. But the thing about putting a target in yourself in the military is like, once you, bro, it's almost like being the neighbor. Like, it's like the moment you put it on, it's almost impossible. It's like a tattoo. It's almost impossible to get it off. So a lot of times people would like kind of try me, whether I was in the right or not. You know what I mean? I'm gonna give an example. We had a highly intelligent second class petty officer at the time named Morta. And I had just got to the ship out from A school, and then he tried me in front of a lot of people. He was like, hey, sign this counseling shit. I said, for what? He said, because you're dink on your messenger to watch. I said, no, I'm not. He was like, yes, you did. Didn't I tell you 2 months to get it? I was like, I literally just got here 2 weeks ago. Wait. He was like, no, I told you 2 months. You think you smart? Like he was trying me in front of other people. He was, like I said, he was the village genius. He was an idiot. He was the village idiot. I'm gonna be honest with you. But like shit like that, especially when you're getting tried in front of other people, I'm gonna tell you how I go about it, but I'm gonna tell you what I see work, and tell me if you guys agree. How I typically go about it in a sense of I play the politics. You know what I mean? Which a lot of time goes against my pride. But the reason I play the politics is when I say play politics, yes, ABH1, copy ABH2, whatever the case may be, is because I'm trying to make sure that I can get the fuck out of here with nothing on my, no bullshit on my damn record, which a lot of times it fucks with my ego though. What I've seen work, even though this isn't the politically correct answer, it's kind of like what Carter was saying earlier, is the you flow 2 method. Like people, it's weird because what I've seen from a lot of leadership is that if you check their ass, if they know that you're quick to check their ass, or the people that talk the most shit or is quick to check a motherfucker, a lot of times what I've seen, leadership actually respect those people. Brianna, you may not necessarily relate to this analogy I'm about to give, but you know how like you got the concept of nice guys finish last? And a lot of times men will say that the ones that, treat women real nice, those are the kind of ones that get overlooked. But the ones that's talking to them crazy and shit, those are the ones that the women. And that's what I've seen. It's kind of like in the military. It's kind of like the sailors that's talking shit back to the people that they're supposed to be, submissive, for lack of better words, to. Those are the ones that the chain of command were like, go easy back on. But the ones that's chief, that's playing the politically correct game, those are the ones the chief want to swing people want to swing their dick on the most. So,
I see that all the time.
To answer your question, it depends on if the what's the saying? If the end meet the, what the fuck is it saying? It depends on what you want. If you're trying to get results, like if you're trying not to get disrespected, honestly, from what I've seen, the best way to go about it is to have a little bit of that disrespectful in you. But that might come with consequences. It may not. From what I've seen, it typically don't. Like it typically calls out the bitch in other people. But if you want to go the politically correct way and like keep your record clean and play the game, you can do that. But from what I've seen, it typically invites other bullshit. I'm pretty sure there's a psychology reason for why that is. But doing things the right way doesn't necessarily get you the results that you want, if that makes any sense.
Yeah. Right.
That's been my experience.
True. That makes a lot of sense, actually.
It said, nah, bro, I mean like good parts like Mexico. Like, I can't say that word. I'm not even about to pretend like I can say that word. And he said, what's a mindset a junior sailor should have?
I would say a good mindset to have is just, like I said, be optimistic, be willing to learn because they're gonna ingrain a lot of stuff that you're not gonna want to take in. It's like a baby taking baby food, right? But you're just gonna have to take it. You honestly just have to take it, right? Because they're gonna teach you in a way where they want you to do it. They want you to perform a task their way, right? Like in boot camp, they're gonna show you how to fold it and stow a shirt, right? Like, what is this? Why I gotta fold this 2 times my way? Or how to fold a blanket? Why do I gotta do this, right? You just do it. So, like I said, just be optimistic, right? Once you get through those 10 weeks, you get through all that bullshit out there.
Right. But okay. So what about once you're like, well, I was about to say once you're in the real fleet, but you're in sea school, so you're right. Almost there, but you're not in the fleet. So right. Maybe, Brianna, maybe that's some insight that you can give, like, especially now that you're in a rank of more of a leadership position. What's the mindset? You're no longer considered a junior sailor. So what's the mindset that you would recommend for junior sailors to have?
I think that the mindset that you should have is kind of just be patient, just do what you have to do. Just believe in yourself, just all positive things, like just believe in yourself, know that you can do it. Don't second guess yourself, just go for it. I definitely, and that proved my point when I made second class. Like I told myself, I said, I'm gonna do this, and I did it. And you just have to do it. You know what I'm saying? You have to put in the effort. If you want it, you'll get it. So I just feel like, that's how you got to think, especially being in the Navy. So
fair enough.
You got to get it yourself sometimes, because you can always have help.
Right. Big facts. I'm gonna give you my answer after Carter give me his opinion as well. Carter, what's the mindset that you would advise a junior sailor to have? Like, what's gonna set them up for success?
To me, I would say be open to your career, what it has to offer, whatever that might be. Definitely take advantage of any opportunities and extra duties or collaterals, just stuff that beefs up your resume while you're in, makes you look good. And also network, socialize, communicate with different rates and ranks, and just try to get mentorship from someone that you see as successful, and that's kind of where you want to get to.
Right. And I think my answer on this, as far as the mindset that you should have, I'm gonna be honest with you. I think you need to have a mindset that's literally 10 years above your age and maturity, because so many people. I'm gonna tell you something. I can't remember if I made a video about this, but if I haven't, I damn sure am. So many people in the military will kind of manipulate or gaslight you into thinking that you're crazy if you think that you could be successful outside of the military, right? A lot of people join the military at the age of 18. I joined when I was 21. A lot of people join at a young age, and all they're thinking about is, buying a Mustang, fucking, like, they're thinking about like petty shit. The mindset I think that you should have is literally go 10 years above your age. For example, especially, right? Let's just say, for example, if you make second class fast, get your BAH, invest in a house, in a property. Hell, you ain't even got a plan to live there. You could flip that motherfucker if you want to, or you could rent it out. Imagine, like, say, I tell people all the time, imagine if you would have gotten a house the moment you joined the military. You got your BAH paying for it, and then you do your 20 years or 20 plus. You're almost done. If not, depending on how good you are with your money, you could be potentially done with it by the time the end of your career is there. Or you could be saving money, or you could learn how stocks work and you can start investing money. Like, have your fun, you know what I mean? Have your fun, but invest in yourself. That's the mindset I think you should have. The military shit, whether you want to do 20 years or whether you want to get out, you need to have a plan. Like, do not be wasting, because the military gonna arch that back and give it to you good. That's a saying that I like to have. But you need to have a plan. Like, you need to be focused. Like, no bullshit. Don't just join it because, you know how, like, I'm gonna say this and I'm gonna get off my soapbox. You know how, like, in college, a lot of people don't know what career they want, so they do general studies. But general studies ain't shit. You're wasting. Somebody said, Peach and Trainer said, please, for the love of God, have a plan. You're wasting so much time and money in general studies just to get a degree that don't pay shit. Whereas if you did something in STEM, like science, technology, engineering, and math, I'm gonna give you an example. Once I get out the military, I'm going in a field that has an accelerated program. Only takes 2 years of schooling. Military is gonna pay for it, and I'll be working in Seattle. The starting pay for new graduates will be $60 an hour, which is roughly around $114,000 a year. Starting out, boom, 2 years, get my shit, had the Navy pay for it, I'm good to go. You know what I mean? Solid plan. Whereas I'm not saying that it's the best plan in the world. I'm saying I have a plan. That's why nobody can, like, manipulate me into thinking that I won't be successful outside of the military, because I'm literally about to be making more than the very chiefs that's telling me that. So you know what I mean? Right. But that's my answer, is to have a plan. And we have somebody in the back. If you can tell us who you are, where you're from, and what's your question? How you doing?
I'm Chief. I'm from Florida. I'm currently 18 years old, and I'm on a destroyer. And I'm just, like, here to ask some questions. I'm just, like, trying to learn.
Sure, go ahead. What you got?
Like, okay, so when I was, like, asking that embarrassment question, I was like, yeah. So yesterday we had, like, the Chiefs selects, like, turning into Chiefs. And you know how, like, everybody's supposed to be, like, at attention and just having to have, like, that military bearing. And then, like, you know, like, when that one person that was singing, like, the national anthem, it just caught you off guard because you're just trying to stand at attention. But, like, right next to me was, like, the Master Chiefs, the Senior Chiefs, and officers. And I just lost my military bearing. So I'm like, how am I supposed to build off that?
You say you lost your military bearing? Like, in what way? Like, you started laughing at their ass or something?
Yeah, like, just snorted. And then it was just... But I didn't mean to. I'm just trying to, like, see how I could, like, make that up.
So are you trying to figure out how you can make it up to them?
Or, like, show that I have quality and, like, being a sailor, just having that quality and just...
Okay, I think I get what your question is. Like, you're basically just trying to see how you can keep your overall image good. You don't want them to see that and be like, oh, she's a shitbag. Okay, right? I got an answer to it, but any of you guys want to take it first? She been first all night, so I'm gonna get her.
Yeah.
What's your thoughts on it?
So basically had to, like, make up. So basically she don't want her image to be ruined because of
right.
that.
She don't want to be looked at as like a shitbag. Like, how does she make that up, and how does she make up her image from that mistake that she made of losing her military bearing, and then how does she keep a good image going here out?
So I would say, me giving you advice, I'd say just, you know, be the first one to work. Start coming to work early. That's a good look. Don't be such in a rush to go home after work. Kind of ask questions, you know, seem like you're interested in learning what you have to do. You know what I'm saying? Just show effort. I just say show a lot of effort. If you really feel like you want to make up for that, just show effort.
Yeah, because so far, I mean, the type of person I am, I'm, like, pretty passionate about, like, what I learned. Because for me, I'm undesignated, so I'm just, like, trying to, like, show the qualities that I have. I'm just, like, curious and passionate to learn. And like, just, like, 2 days ago, I chose to stay back because you know, I'm just, like, curious to, like, learn and just, like, meet more people. And then I just, like, I left the quarterdeck, and before I left, people from, like, topside were like, oh, you chose to stay back? Why? I'm like, because I chose.
When you say stay back, you're saying you chose not to choose a rate?
No, like
Or
it wasn't my day, so I chose to stay back, and it was like 1700, and it was pretty late. And once I left, the OOD was like, so like, why do you choose to stay back? I was like, I just wanted to. I'm just like trying to mentally prepare for the whole engineering time because I heard that the engineers stay late, so I might as well like be prepared for that in the future.
Well, my advice would be this, right? I kind of, earlier I said once you got a target on your back, it's hard to get off. It's kind of like a tattoo, but I don't think your fuck up was that bad because a lot of people's military bearing needs some work, right? Yeah. I would say it kind of like an artist. You ever heard of the phrase "you're only as good as your latest hit"? That's kind of what I would work on if I was you. I would constantly have hits. Like for example, when you do choose a rate, be the go-to person. You know what I mean in that rate. Like when a motherfucker got a question, people should want to go to you faster than they go to the LPO. Be the go-to person. Be the person that always have the boots shine if you're wearing the black boots, or be that person that's always above the standard and always the go-to person as far as the job is concerned. And then that'll actively be fighting any type of concerns that you may have. I gotta let you know though, when you do fuck up, all that shit going out the window. If you got a decent chain of command, say for example, if you were to fuck up and you went to Captain's Mass, if you got a decent chain of command, they'll try to vouch for you a little bit or whatever the case may be. But a lot of people are just trying to save their own ass. So you basically gotta be on your shit. You gotta do material condition hour on yourself every single day. But I don't think your fuck up was so bad to the point where like you're gonna be labeled as a shitbag. And quite frankly, time is a motherfucker. Will people be thinking about that 3 years from now when all types of shit done happen in the world? I don't know. Kim Jong-un has started acting her ass. Ain't nobody gonna be like, oh, she lost her military bearing that one day. And you know what I'm saying? Like, no, like they're gonna be concerned about other shit. So just keep working on yourself and just become that go-to person. Anybody got anything else they want to put on that? That's what I had to say on it.
No, I agree. Like, always, like what everybody said. Like, just be present, be reliable. Make sure your uniform is on point, and just be that person they could count on.
And I think the last question I see in here is that somebody says, "So I have life experience prior to joining the Navy and some book plus street smarts. How easy would it be for me to weave through a lot of stuff and prove my stuff?" I'm gonna be honest with you. I think that question is kind of vague. I think I understand what you're saying. I think you're saying you're book and street smart. How easy will it be for you to kind of adapt to the Navy? I'm gonna be honest with you. I think the Navy is diverse as hell. I met people in boot camp that told me they never met a black person before, and they said it with a straight face. I thought they were bullshitting. They were dead ass serious. But we're human beings. We learn to adapt to almost anything once we stay there long enough. He said yes, so I think I got that right. We're human beings. We learn to adapt. No, don't get it wrong. There are people who have failed. What's it called, Brianna? Failure to adapt, and they get sit packing.
Yeah, failure to adapt.
So I'm not saying it's guaranteed that you will adapt. There's a possibility that you won't, but most people in the military learn how to deal with it. And if they feel like this is something that they don't want to continue dealing with, they'll finish out the rest of their contract. Like it's okay if the military is not for you. That's why I said a couple questions ago, I said the most important thing for you to do is to have a plan, because that plan is especially useful when you realize that the military is not for you. Because let me tell you something. Tell me if y'all disagree. If you a motherfucker, you got no education, no skill, no money saved up, no investments. All you guys in the military, you joined at 18, you done put 10 years in. It's the only thing you fucking know. In fact, you probably don't even know how to cash a regular goddamn paycheck. You know what I mean? And you got none of that shit. And then somebody tells you, I'll kick you show up late for muster again, I'll send your ass to Captain's Mass and get you out my Navy. Like, how well are you going to sleep at night? Like, nigga, you going to be terrified.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
You're gonna be terrified, and motherfuckers and people will use that shit against you. They will use that to control you. Motherfuckers can't terrify me. They can't terrify me. I'm about to be rich off YouTube. Fuck you talking about? But,
right.
But yeah, you may adapt, you may not adapt. What's important is that you have a plan. That way, if you don't adapt, you can adapt your ass to a better situation.
Right.
And somebody said, CJ did that, said, what's the negatives of the Navy likes? And if you guys are getting tired, you need to go. Just let me know. I'm just popping out these questions. And somebody, CJ did that, says, what's the negatives of the Navy, like stuff recruiters don't want to tell you? Who wants to hop on that one first? I feel like this would be a good question for you, considering that you just got in.
Right. Man, she probably watching this too. No, I'm playing. No.
Call her ass out.
I mean, recruiters, they got a job and they got a quota they got to meet. So they're gonna sell you. You know, they're like a snake oil salesman. So they're gonna sell you a dream. But I mean, for the most part, it should be pretty straightforward. But one negative,
he said my recruiter being hella vague. My bad.
Yeah, probably what to expect at a boot camp. I mean, my recruiter was pretty honest and straightforward with it and what to expect. But some might say like it's just a 11-minute run. You know, they're gonna give you nice food and you're gonna get some sleep, and they really kind of, I mean, granted, our boot camp is not the hardest, but it's like it's not the easiest either. So they try to sell it to you like, you know, you're gonna make it. Shoot, I didn't even know how to swim coming into boot camp. You know, I didn't even know that you knew how to swim. So they had to they had to teach me for the, you know, they had to teach me for about a couple of weeks. But yeah, I would just say like certain expectations, they don't really prepare you for that.
And what about you, Brianna? What's some negatives at other Navy, like stuff recruiters don't want to tell you about?
Well, first I'm gonna say this. When I was at the recruiting station, one of the recruiters told me that it was gonna be Wi-Fi on the ship when we got to sea. Just bullshit. Just straight bullshit.
We got what they say. We got 5G.
Right. Just making stuff up. But and also I feel like 24-hour duty days on them CBNs be killing people. Like people, I don't know. I just didn't like that. But I feel like people need to know. Like I feel like people will want to know about that.
That's fair enough. Carter, you got it. I got one thing, and then Carter, you got an answer to this question. What the recruiters capping about? What they holding back?
So my recruiter, he got sent back to the fleet, and I think I was his last, person that he sent to the fleet. But he definitely lied to me about, coming in undesignated and how easy it would be to actually do the job that I wanted to do when I came in. You know what I'm saying? And
right.
That all went to shambles, short time after I got in. So
if I would have had to say the most common thing, I think the recruiters kind of don't tell you or hold back. This is gonna sound fucked up. It's not even that something that they hold. I think what they don't tell you is shit like pay. I'm gonna tell you something. I think more recruiters should start telling people, stop enlisting and go officer. That's what I think. Right. That's what I think they don't tell you, which they should fucking tell you, because your pay is gonna be better, your life experience is gonna be better. Yep. You know what I'm saying? Like, but they got a quota to meet, so they're not gonna say, hey, kid, why not just go ahead, knock out college, get your feet wet, see what the college life is like first. You know what I mean? And hey, then with that bullshit ass degree, come over here. We'll pay you 3 times as much as that degree is worth. You know what I'm saying? Versus, just automatically jumping into the enlisted side. Not saying that going enlisted is horrible. I just honestly think the officer route, if you're going to do the military, is 1,000 times a better option. And I don't think recruiters really kind of lean you to that direction because they have a quota to meet. That's my opinion anyway. And that's the last question that we got for today. Now we can successfully get out of here. I want to thank you guys so much for joining the DDT 14. This is the 11th episode. And I will see you guys in the future. Make sure to like this video, you guys, on your way out, and follow them on Instagram, and follow them on subscribe to them on YouTube. Check out their channels. I know they're both about to be bringing you a lot more information for the ladies. If your dusty ass trying to flip, now I'm just if for the ladies, if you're trying to see what it's like for that, just a normal black girl in the military, you want to see what their life is like. Brianna, she got the content coming and shit. For the motherfuckers that love laughing like I do, my boy up here got the content for you. And then, we'll see you guys on the next episode of DDT 14. Thank you guys for stopping by.
Thank you. Bye, y'all.
Thank you.
Have a great one. See you guys later. We out.